This person says, "What do you love most about your characters?"
Um, Man, you know what's funny? I've been going through something recently that Min has gone through, which is like I hate that I'm like this, man. I hate that there's similarities because I'm like, am I really like this? But I recently, and well, in my life, but something that comes to mind recently is, I'm such a, I am kind of a, in a way, a scaredy cat when it comes to like trusting somebody, and so sometimes I have to like take control of the situation, just like Min does to your character, and when it doesn't go that way, like I get upset, and recently I've been coming to terms to just letting it go, okay, and allowing it to happen, and yeah, I mean that's sort of a deep one, but what about yourself?
Yeah, I mean that's a good point. I feel like you really start to relate to the characters like flaws in a lot of ways. Like when you're playing, when you're like, I mean, like very recently, like Ryan sort of like headstrong, kind of like doesn't think too much about, like doesn't want to think too much about like what's like going around. Like he just like kind of wants to get to his destination, and doesn't take the time to slow down, like process a lot of things, and that's sort of like wanting to avoid that imposter syndrome feeling that I feel like he got in that the Mega Maze car, where he was like, like, oh, I'm not doing well enough. And
Mm,
that's definitely like things like I empathize with, it's and I really love about Ryan. Like, I really lets me like think about myself and like reflect on that too. Um, but other than that, I like I mean, Ryan's just such a fun character. He's
yeah.
he's just always having a party, and that's what a dream to
I
always be having a party.
know. I know.
Opinion on garlic bread?
If you don't like it, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah.
What doesn't go good with garlic bread? It should be. Could it be a sandwich? Could it be a burger? Could it be on top of pizza? Could it be with eggs? If you, it is magical. It's magical.
Let's see.
We're just looking through these questions, guys.
Yeah, somebody asked if well, a couple people asked about like previous like singing experience or like
Mm-hmm.
anything, if you've had any. And there's one specific one that's asked if like if we play any instruments,
Mm-hmm.
any singing or
Oh,
instrument
me.
playing,
Um,
or yeah.
No, I mean I did take a singing class for when I auditioned for Crazy Ex Girlfriend, the show.
Oh. Mhm.
Because this they needed to sing. That's probably the extent of it. Like I don't play any instruments.
Ooh.
Um, I did go to karaoke with all the Apex cast, and they swear by
Oh,
like I can dance and do all that. It's because
yeah,
I had
you killed it.
I drank a lot, is what I did. That's what happened. But no instruments, no singing. What about yourself?
Yeah, I play guitar
Hmm.
like Ryan, so that was fun too. I was like,
Nice.
oh, and I like singing. I don't have much like training or anything in it, but like, singing is fun, in the shower,
Hmm.
on your way home, when you're alone, just like belting it out.
It's awesome, man. I just wanted to say, dude, I was just while you're talking, I was thinking in my head, I'm like, dude, you're 23. You got so much time. It's amazing, dude. Seriously, you got your whole life ahead for an
Thank,
amazing career.
thank you.
Yeah,
That's
man.
That means a lot. It's just like sometimes I'm like it's such like imposter syndrome. Like, oh, like like what am I doing here with like all these like amazing people? Like that's just like, just like a mentality thing, but it means a lot. Thank you.
No, dude, of course, man. I see the same thing when I'm with like some of my cast members of other things as well, and I feel you, man. But you're here and you did it, you know? Yeah.
We did it.
We
Yeah.
did it. We did it. Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Someone said, "Yeah, I'm talking like I'm 89." I kind of am, but you know, thank you. Sorry, go ahead.
oh, just looking through. Um,
I have a question for you. Someone that this is a pretty good question. Was it hard to record more drama heavy scenes or comedy scenes?
oh, huh. That's interesting. I mean, a lot. I feel like a lot of like comedy, like some of the really funny scenes in the show, like aren't funny to Ryan, or aren't funny to Min.
Yeah.
And like playing it for like playing it for laughs like doesn't really work out like in the product. It's just funny because of the situation. I guess I'm like not necessarily like a super like emotional or like angry person, so some of those like I remember recording that scene with in the hand creature car
Yeah.
where we're like yelling at each other, and Chrissy was like so supportive, and she was like, that's great. That's awesome. We're gonna keep doing it. We're gonna do it again, and we're just gonna like even more. And then like
Yes.
we just like did it a few times, and like we really get into it. And I was like, and that was like initially kind of like like, oh, like I gotta bring it out, but like I think it was a really good experience.
Yeah, I mean, I love that. I remembered that, like you were saying, like we did it. Like I wasn't
Mhm.
sure if I did enough, and then she's like, no, no, we're gonna do it more, more, more. And it's like she would push the needle, and like I was like, oh, we need to be here, and it was so great to have her there, do that. But yeah. Um, for myself, I think just in general, comedy is just a lot harder for me. Not to say, there are difficult parts of drama, but just comedy is it's got to be so good. So yeah,
Yeah. It's yeah, it's way so technical.
yeah, it's
Like
extremely
the
technical.
timing,
Yeah,
everything.
yeah. Um,
Ooh.
go ahead,
Do you have a favorite song from book four?
dude. A train to nowhere, man.
No
A
worries.
train to, dude. I like, I'll like troll my friends. Like they'll get in my car, I'll start playing it. I'll blast it, and then they're like, "Oh my god!" Like I'll roll the windows down, and like I'm like,
Hmm.
"Yeah!" And like I'll just blast it, like in LA, and they're like, "Oh my god!" And I'll start rocking out on it. But yeah, I love that song. It's so catchy, man.
Yeah, I got to see I got to my parents for Mother's Day a few weeks ago, and it was so funny because my dad like looked at me and like jokingly, sternly said was like, can you tell your mom to stop blasting Trades of Nowhere every night?" And I turned to my mom and I was like, Mom, you're doing a great job.
That's awesome, man. There seems like there's a lot of people that love Lion Tamer. Lion Tamer.
The growl. They're like, I remember doing it. They're like, it's like, yeah, just do more growl. And I was like, yeah, yeah. And I'm like, I just
Oh man.
let's see.
Oh, you got it rated C for cake. No problem. Are there any extended lyrics to Train to Nowhere you guys wanted to add yourselves? Um, I'm not a songwriter, so I don't know,
Yeah,
but
same. I'm pretty bad at it.
yeah. I mean, it would have been cool if it was a full song, but at least we have it. I mean, I was sweating bullets when I
Yeah.
was recording it, to be honest, but
Yo, same. I was like, okay, gotta get the timing, gotta get the
yeah, yeah,
timing.
yeah. There's like a guide track where we're like, oh no, oh no.
Like, oh.
Oh man. Um, someone's asking, other than the characters we play, who are your favorite characters?
I mean, I love Tulip from the first season.
Me too.
Love Kaz. I mean,
Yep.
how can you not?
Yeah.
Honestly, a lot like it's hard. Randall, the water blob guy,
Oh yeah.
perfection.
He's a donut maker.
Oh man, just so many fun characters,
Yeah.
and with like the confines of like the world are non-existent because it's an infinity train. It can literally anything can happen. So
Yeah.
just the slew of possible characters and the slew of characters we got is so cool.
Yeah. But yeah, man. I mean, I would love to kind of going off topic, but yeah, man, I would love to see you stream on Twitch someday and watch your Smash games and watch you destroy people online.
I might maybe I'll try to I'll go for that capture card and see see if anybody wants to let me know if you ever want to play.
Dude, I suck, man. I have a few friends that actually do play. I have a friend. I have two friends. I think Brandon and Yoshi. They were the red and blue Power Rangers, and they play. Um, I can maybe hook you guys up, and then
Ooh.
you know. But I need you to destroy them. Is what I need.
All right, I'll do my best. I'll do my best. All
These questions. Um, Someone's asking any current favorite songs, any music you're listening to.
Oh, personally?
Yeah.
Oh, been listening to this band called Yorushika, which is like a Japanese band. It's really cool. They've only ever done two concerts, like live person concerts, and they've like never shown their faces. Very fascinating. I've also gotten treading carefully. I've also gotten like slightly into into K-pop recently.
Oh, nice, nice,
So I've just been like listening to like ITZY and a little bit of BTS here and there, kind of things like that.
nice.
Yeah. How
Uh,
about you?
I listen to Sekai, and Crush and Dean. Those are like the artists I listen to. They're all like Korean R&B singers.
Oh, cool,
Like
cool.
Hyogo, it's a band. My friend Jess Pack says, "Who inspired both you to be actors, both on screen and as voice actors? And what was the moment you knew that was something you wanted to pursue as a long-time career?" That's a really good question. Thank you for
Mm.
that.
Oh, who did I? I mean, I have a lot of inspirations, but I don't- did I? Because like I started pretty young, and I don't think I necessarily was like, oh, this is exactly the thing I want to be doing. Um, for a little while, I definitely like in LA as a kid, like there are like moments where I was like, oh, this might be like I wish I had a little more free time, like was like could hang out with like other kids like a little more instead of like going on auditions. And then moving to I moved to Michigan when I was 11, from California. So the industry life there at that time was pretty like a pretty big stark contrast from LA, I would say.
Yeah.
um and then I like started, I like joined extracurriculars, like did like the school play because I was like, oh, this is like comfortable, like this is kind of something I like know like that I want to do, like I can do, or like I've like been doing. um and I think the moment in that I realized I was like, this is actually what I want to be doing for the rest of my life was in sophomore year of high school when we did a school production of Ragtime, which is one of my favorite musicals to date. It's really great. But being part of that show, I was like, wow, this is something that like acting isn't just like oh like doing like having fun like doing these things, but it's also like you can be making an impact. Like there are like there's like so many amazing stories out there to be told that I want to be like part of telling, and that was sort of the moment or like during that show was kind of like that solidified for me that idea of being like oh do I want to be an actor? And I'm like yeah actually this is like telling stories is like what I want to do um until I may eventually want to stop, but like I don't see that happening at least in the foreseeable future.
Nice. Um, for me, man, it's just man, I wish I was as it was as like elegant as yours, but kind of wasn't. I remember as a kid, the first movie I remember seeing it in the theaters was my dad brought me in. I might have been like 3 or 4. Was Batman. The first was um, Tim Burton's Batman, and I remember watching it. I was like, oh my god! Like I still remember watching it in theaters as a kid, and I just fell in love with Batman. And every weekend, my sister would make cutout masks of Batman, and I would ride my bike and pretend to be Batman. Um, and growing up, that's what I would do. I'd pretend, and with my GI Joes, I used to play with my GI Joes, and I loved movies and going to the movies and watching movies. I would do that every weekend as a kid. I remember going to the Beverly Center here in Los Angeles, and the tickets were $4.50. I still remember it. It was $4.50.
Ooh.
And then I remember it would go up like 4.75, 5, 6. And there was a theater here, the Beverly Connection, and I just always fell in love with story and movie and being. I loved, like when you watch film and you log off, like your brain just logs and you're just in it. I love that feeling, and I was like, man, I want to do this too. And reading comic books, and I guess the formal, official sort of thing was I grew up watching a lot of Al Pacino stuff as well as I got older, and he sort of inspired me, and he was like one of my favorite actors. A lot of people say De Niro, but for me it was Pacino, and so I was like, I went like who trained him, and so I saw that Lee Strasberg trained him, and I was like, I wonder if they have a school here, and I found, and my parents, well, actually, it was the other way around. My parents told me to go to acting school, and just happened to work out that way. But yeah,
Awesome.
yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
That's great. That's yeah. That's everyone's stories are so it's so cool to hear why everybody decides to get into it.
Yeah.
It's always so nice. Oh man. Let's see. Um.
Someone in my chat saying, "I'm Batman." I have no idea about the musical question.
Yeah, 1980s. Let me see. 1980s Broadway musicals.
No
I want to get to see if they're.
idea.
Oh wow. Let's see. Oh, how a lot of shows came out. I mean, is the is do they want me to say cats? Is that the answer
I
that they
think
want
that's what
me?
they. Everyone keeps saying cats. All right.
Right, right, yeah.
So you guys are setting us up.
That's great. That's funny. Classic,
Oh
classic.
my god. Do you guys have any other questions for us guys? For Sekai here. I'm always on. So I mean, more than welcome to have you on anytime. But I don't normally do. At one point, I was gonna do a podcast, but ended up getting a little busy. So
Mm.
um, favorite, I think we did touch on those. They're asking you what your favorite anime is.
Favorite anime? Huh, probably, probably, probably Anohana.
There you
Really nice, really good, great acting, both sub and dub, honestly.
go. Nice.